What's going on, guys? It's your boy GS, and welcome back to another Madden 13 NFL production from your boy GS. And if you are new to the channel from Koopa's End, welcome to what we like to call here at Gold Nation biblical entertainment that you can expect hopefully on an everyday basis. We try our very best to provide you guys with some visuals, with some awesome audio commentary on a daily basis. Today, as you can see, we are choosing the Rams, and we're trying a playbook. We're just gonna switch it up and just bounce from playbook to playbook to see what looks good. We're going up against the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's not a surprise what I want to do on offense. It's give the ball to Steven Jackson. On defense, I have to worry about the speed that the Eagles possess, but this guy chooses not to start Michael Vick, so that definitely helps me in knowing that I don't got a spy. But look at me right there bringing the lumber. Look at me bringing the 12 inches of wood. No homo. Look at me bringing the lumber. We get a fumble. We end up scooping it up for a touchdown. And it's always a great thing when you can score defensively. If you guys don't know, I'm an offensive genius, but defensively I struggle very, very badly. But me being able to score, not showing my offense, and being able to score on defense is always a great plus. It's very good for your momentum, your morale, knowing that you scored defensively. So hopefully we can get a few more stops. Even though he doesn't have Vic, he still has lots of speed on the field. McCoy, Jackson, Macklin are they're beasts. They're speed demons, man, and I definitely got to keep an eye out for that. So far so good though. We got him on a 3rd and 7, and he ends up dropping back, but he ends up getting a first down. So he's moving the ball a little bit this drive, and there's just so many things to worry about with the Eagles. Even though their overall dropped to 74, their speed is really tough to match up defensively. There's not too many teams where you can just be like, you know what, I got cornerbacks just as fast as them, I'm good. So I'm really worried about the outside, and he's keeping it short, which I prefer. I'd rather have him keep it short than beating me deep. So if he's gonna beat me offensively, this is how I want him to do it. Dink and dunk his way down the field instead of just hitting home runs down the field with streaks. So we'll take him earning that touchdown that way. As long as we don't give up any deep streaks, we're fine with him earning touchdowns the old-fashioned way. A good 10-play drive. We're fine with that. So 7-7 in our first offensive possession with the run-heavy play. But we're just looking for anything that looks decent. We decided to go with run-heavy because we figure we're going to run the ball a lot. So maybe they have a lot of good running formations that make it easier for me to be able to feed Steven Jackson and be able to keep him moving and moving the chain. So very important for me to hopefully find good running plays, because they only have 2 shotgun formations. So shotgun plays they don't have too much of. So I really got to depend on Steven Jackson to bring me down the field. And so far they're struggling a little bit. Right there we end up calling a screenplay, and we don't get very far. Steven Jackson is a beast, but he doesn't have much speed. So we definitely got to take in mind that he's not going to outrun too many people, that is. But right there we find a nice streak. It gets us within the red zone, so we're very close to scoring. This is Steven Jackson territory, so we end up giving him the ball. He gets us a yard right there, so we give it to him again, and unfortunately we don't get in the end zone. The very next play we give it to him again, but we don't get in. And if you guys don't know, again, if you're new to the channel, we like to play a lot of sim ball this year, meaning we like to keep it as realistic as possible. We like to kick field goals on 4th down. We like to punt the ball. We don't like going for it in 4th and crazy situations. If it's unless it's kind of 40-yard line, I can't kick the field goal, I'll go for it. But for the most part, we'll end up doing the special teams. Right there, look at that interception. Look at that one-hand snag out of mid-air. By the way, so no soup for you. That is no soup for a year. Look at that beautiful interception, just snagging it with his pinky. He just kind of just grabbed it with the meat hook, held onto it for a turnover, and that right there is great, giving us another opportunity to go up in this ball game. But unfortunately we're unable to do that. We kind of get close, but our kicker definitely doesn't have the leg to do this, so we end up punting the ball. And look at us once again bringing the 12 inches of wood. We're bringing the lumber. So we hit him and we get another fumble. And I'm telling you guys, I got to get myself a fumble catchphrase. I'm getting more and more fumbles than I actually realize. So I got to keep in mind, I got to work on that. You know, I don't want to say 12 inches of wood every time I get a fumble. You know, I don't want people thinking, you know, funny business. The next thing you know, I got cops showing up on my door talking about, yeah, you like playing with 12 inches of wood. You know, that's kind of weird. So we'll figure something out. But we end up stalling out, kicking a field goal. But we're, you know, again, we're happy having a lead in the first half, going into halftime, receiving the ball 13-7. Could have been better. We could have scored a touchdown while we were close to the end zone, but, you know, we'll take a field goal. Score right here, any type of score, even if it's a field goal, puts us up 2 possessions, and that's what your boy GS lives for. He lives for going up 2 possessions where he can make mistakes on defense. You can score, but we still have the lead. So that's exactly what we're looking to do here. So we're up 13-7, and we end up swinging it off to Steven Jackson. And is he going to outrun people? Of course not. That man can't outrun anybody. As great as he is, he's very slow. But look at him bumbling, stumbling for like 8 yards forward. But fortunately, we don't get a score right here. So again, we're feeding Steven Jackson in hopes he gets us a touchdown, and that's exactly what he does. We end up scoring a touchdown and also give us that 2-possession lead that we so desperately look for every single game. So we're up 13 points, and we're feeling very confident. We stopped them on multiple occasions, so hopefully we can continue to do that and progress on offense, even if it's field goals, whatever. As long as we're putting points up on the board, we're good. And again, the Eagles have the ability to score in a snap of a finger, so it's not like they're out of this ball game. Right there, huge overthrow. He was completely wide open, but we will take that. We will take a bad throw on 4th down, giving us the ball in great field position. And there is Steven Jackson again, finding a seam and scoring us another touchdown. So we decided to go for 2, and that was such a bad throw across his body. We'll take it though. He scores a 2-point conversion. So we go up a full 3 touchdowns. So we're up 21 points at this point, and the quarter is almost halfway over. So in our minds, we pretty much know, even if he scores, whatever happens this drive, we're going to kill the clock. You know, that is going to be the game plan from here on out. Try to keep the ball away from him as long as possible and come away with this victory. So right now it's a 4th down, and this is very crucial. So of course he's going to go for it coming up very soon right here, and he has to get it. You know, if not, game is pretty much over. And he doesn't get it. We end up stopping him, and right here he ends up quitting. You know, at this point he figures, I'm just gonna go ahead and give up. You're an offensive genius. You're that close to the ball. You're that close to the end zone, so you're pretty much gonna win. So we end up taking this victory happily. You know, saw the run heavy playbook a little bit for the first time. Didn't really like it that we didn't have shotgun formations, but what do you really expect? It's a run heavy formation, but we just did enough offensive damage to come away with the victory. We capitalized on his mistakes and his inability to be able to move the ball on this great defense. I had a great defensive outing. I only gave up 7 points. That never happens, you know. But as you can see, he ends up sending me a message out of respect, and we definitely we love it very much when we go up against a respectable opponent who plays the game the right way, and he shows love after the game, and you know, we appreciate that. So shout out to you for you know, sending a message. So we send him back a message. You know, it's always good to go up against good competition that you know, just gives you a compliment for a good game played. So, you know, good game goes out to you, bro. And really quickly, I want to touch on the tragedy that happened here. If you guys don't know, I happen to live in Connecticut with that shooting that happened, and it's just a real tragic thing. Lots of kids died, man, and there's nothing sadder than hearing something like that where babies' lives are being taken from them. So, you know, definitely my prayers and condolences go out to the families affected. And I happen to live about 20 minutes away from where that happened. You know, so it's just really crazy knowing that something like that happened so close to where I live. And it's very sad, man. You never want to hear about anything like this happening. But when you hear it happen to babies, I mean, it really touches your heart, man. Me being a parent, it's saddening, man. And I'll admit to you guys are family to me. I definitely was emotional yesterday. I mean, I cried. You know, it's very sad knowing that babies' lives were being taken, man. And this just, man, I'm getting emotional now, and I'm trying not to, but it's just sad even thinking that somebody's going to go and take the lives of babies, man. And it's just really, really sad. In the description, I have about a 4-minute talk from President Obama. If you guys haven't checked it out, please do, man. It's good to hear from our nation's leader in a time like this. And again, you know, my heart goes out to anybody affected in this time. And you know, it's really, really, really tough, man. And I hope everybody the best. As always, man, it's your boy GS signing out. I appreciate the love, you guys checking on my content. Again, check out the talk from Obama if you guys haven't. It's in the description. It's a 4-minute talk. Just go ahead, check it out, man. It's good to hear what a president has to say in a situation like this. It's your boy GS, and I'm signing out. Peace.